Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, you guys have been a rocking and a rolling there in Los Angeles. There was a magnitude 4.4 earthquake at 12:20 local time p.m. and it was probably caused by the upper Elysian fault zone. I don't know if you can see this dotted line drawn out. This fault zone is about 12 miles long, or about 20 kilometers in length. It is capable of producing a large earthquake, maybe a magnitude 6.2 to a 6.7, and they say that occurs roughly every 500 to 1,300 years. It is similar in size and frequency to the 1971 San Fernando earthquake or the 1994 Northridge earthquake. Right below it, let me come down, there is the, there we go. Okay, can you see that? That there is the upper Elysian fault zone. And let me come down here. And this is the lower Elysian fault zone. You won't know if these are foreshocks for something much larger. Yeah, like a magnitude 6s or higher, until after the sequence is over. There is a 10% chance that these recent earthquakes could be foreshocks for something much larger. They also can trigger fault zones along other earthquake faults. Here we got the Sierra Madre fault, and then below that one, I don't know if I can read it here. Hold on. Puente Hills Blind Thrust Fault. As I've often stated, thrust earthquakes, thrust faults, are the worst kind that you can possibly have. So far, as of this morning, there's been 13 earthquakes in this location, the latest being a 1.6, and all about 6 miles in depth. Here we got 5.7, 5.8, 6.2 miles, 6.5 miles, and we'll come down. What they decided it to be a 4.4 is 6.8 miles in depth. Just another reminder to be prepared for a large earthquake. Yeah, it was felt over a very large area. Looks like all the way to San Francisco, all the way across the border into Mexico, and even up to Nevada. Let's see, what do we got? Pioche, and that was an intensity level 3, which means probably some light vibrations. Maybe they thought it was a passing truck. But for the Los Angeles area, they gave it an intensity level of 5. I'll look over around the coast for Ventura. Intensity level 5. Which means there is damage. Some breakage of dishes, windows, and plaster. Disturbance of tall objects. There was reports of broken water lines. Back in 2019, local newspapers were talking about this fault zone, how in the past geologists talked about how dangerous it was, and then they came out and said that, no, we were wrong, it's not dangerous. Seismologists were even saying they didn't even think that fault zone was even active anymore. Here's the article from 2019, and it says here, it turns out that there is little to fear from the Park Fault, which got a bad rap, says seismologist. I'm skeptical that it's still active, said USC Earth Science James Dolan. James Dolan, professor of Earth Science at the University of California. Yeah, I bet you he's eating his words now, isn't he? Education is in geology from the University of California, Santa Cruz. He's also got a bachelor's in geology from the University of California, Davis. Let's see, that was 1988 and 81. What he knew back then, maybe he changed his mind now. Yeah, it was probably all from outdated data. Sorry, guy. Yeah, just like Yellowstone, you don't have to worry about that. So here's the felt reports that were sent in to EMSC. Significant jolt, then shaking, felt close, no damage. Another one from Los Angeles said it was scary. Another person from South Pasadena, outside in the backyard, felt significant shaking for a couple of seconds. The trees shook. Heard the house rumble. Wow. Oh my God, that was a big one. Another one from South Pasadena. Knocked dishes off the shelf and felt huge. Sharp rattling of the house, 4 seconds. Tapering to roll, 4 seconds. Extreme jolt and shake, very pronounced. Felt like 2 distinct hits. A large mirror fell off the wall and shattered. Multiple items fell off shelves and traveled quite a distance. I guess the debris, the shards of glass maybe. My 9-year-old grandson were in the dining room and he ran under the table. It Strong. Up and down motion, 7 to 8 seconds. In Alhambra, California. More damage in Alhambra. Knocked things off the shelves in Monterey Park. Let's see. Short 3 to 5 cycle bursts with some up and down motion. Nothing damaged. No one excessively frightened, but all immediately aware of the quake. They gave their address. Violent shaking lasted a few seconds, scared the cats into hiding, books and pictures out of place. People need to be earthquake prepared. One photo frame, home decorations, fell to the floor. I really thought it was the big one. Since I have an anxiety disorder and panic attacks, my nerves was getting the best of me. My hands were shaking from fear from those moments. And the last thing in your mind is to take pictures. So the earthquake was first estimated as being a magnitude 4.7. Yeah, but then USGS downgraded it to a 4.4. The area has had several magnitude 4 and 5 earthquakes in the recent weeks. Remember the one up there by Bakersfield, California? I talked about that. Evidence for the Richmond Fault has been clear to geologists for decades. A lake that once sat there is now Lacey Park. Let me show you that. I got it marked out. Let's see. We'll zoom in here. Right there. Used to be a lake there, and that was actually created by an earthquake along this fault zone. I don't have a date when that happened, but the ground actually sunk because of a past earthquake along this fault zone. Yeah, so at the Pasadena City Hall, they had a water pipe break there. And I wonder how many people who may have been in Disneyland actually felt it. Today was, or yesterday I should say, was the first day of school there. Yeah, all the students got underneath the desk. Even the geologists that worked there at the seismic center, they got under the desks and actually posted a picture to Twitter of them underneath their desks. Or partially. This guy, yeah, his legs sticking out. And they always tell us to hold on to the table when you get underneath a large table. But, yeah, they're not holding on, are they? Doing everything wrong other than getting... Well, he's right on the edge of the table, too. You can see his head. Yeah. Doing everything wrong that they tell us that we're supposed to do. Other than getting underneath the table and protecting their head. They should have their hands on the back of their necks, protecting their necks. About 200 people also were evacuated from City Hall. Fire stations were inspected. No significant damage, which means there probably was light damage. And here on the moment tensor ball, yeah, this was definitely a thrust earthquake. First wave of the earthquake came straight up. Yeah, tension. Yeah, straight up. More earthquakes to come. Yeah. Yeah, and you can see it's pretty even in the direction that the fault moved. A shake alert went out. It took about 10 seconds to get up towards, well, Long Beach And I can't read it. Let's hear. Oxnard. I believe that is. Yeah. So, yeah, at least they did get noticed. A lot of people get in the doorways, and they do not recommend that you get in doorways anymore because the doors could have a violent shaking and you could lose a finger. Yeah, so don't get in the doorways. Get under something very strong. Just another reminder to be prepared for earthquakes. Have everything removed from above your couches. Have bookshelves secured to the walls. Don't have things above your bed that can fall on you if you have a large earthquake at night. So, what kind of damage did you have? How long did you think it lasted? And what do you think about all these aftershocks? Most recent was the 1.6. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.